Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Not Mayor's podcast. I have one question for you tonight. Are you hip to be square?
He's such a douchebag.
It's I have to return some videotapes.
No. That comes later.
That's later, yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nightmares podcast, where we talk about all things fun, horror, comics related, you fucking name it. You know the drill at this point. I'm Zachary Smith. With me, I have Vinny again. How you doing, Vinny?
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, he's an awesome guest, so we're bringing him back. We also have Mark, the Italian Job Conway.
Indeed.
Nice.
And then today we have Brandon on tech duty. He doesn't get a camera because, we don't want to go to that long, dark history.
Where Brandon has mental breakdowns because of faulty equipment that I bought.
It was quite the mental breakdown.
Indeed, it was. Anyway, so Zach, what are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about my least favorite movie of all time, American Psycho.
Fuck off!
I hear it's one of your favorites, though.
It is absolutely what he wants to have. Brandon, what do you always say?
What?
But Zach in American Psycho?
He likes it, but he won't admit it.
Yeah, and he also wants to have a million of his babies.
That is
Right,
not true.
That is exactly true. He fucking
not
quotes,
true at all.
He quotes it all the time. It's actually fucking amazing. And at least Vinny and I actually admit that we love
we've been quoting that shit for
love
too
this
long.
movie.
Yeah.
In case you've been living under a rock since the year 2000, American Psycho is based on the 1990 novel about a Wall Street stockbroker that is so materialistic and so obsessed with self-image and all that shit. Eventually it gets to the point where he can't fill that void anymore, so he starts murdering people. It's pretty fucking great. It is. If you take this movie seriously, I feel bad for you because it's not to be taken seriously whatsoever. It is fucking ridiculous. And spoiler alert, by the way, we're going to talk about this.
If you take the movie seriously, you get me.
Yeah, really. And then but then he slowly stops taking it seriously
Right.
and then joins the rest of the society.
Well, and part of the reason why it's like a bit of a heads up, too, to the movie is that the movie is an adaptation of a book that is not even supposed to be totally taken seriously.
Oh, absolutely not.
The book is written as it is horrific. It is very, very dark. Far more gruesome than the film, actually. The film's like fucking PG rated, in my opinion, compared to some of the content in the novel. But the novel was written to be a satirical cut down of 1980s yuppie culture.
Pretty much.
And consumerism and obsession of excess.
And there was exactly that. It was fucking great. And the biggest thing with this movie though is Christian Bale. The 110% that's one of those things, man, that he was a perfect cast to get the job done for this movie. It was fucking great.
He puts it all in, and it shows.
He did such a good job. I hated the movie for the longest time. Like the first time I tried watching this movie, my cinematography teacher recommended it to me, Mr. Red. I was just like, all right, fuck it, let me give it a shot. And I stopped at the business card scene because that scene pissed me off to such an extent. I'm like, why do people think this movie's good? This is just annoying to watch. These people are terrible fucking people. Holy shit, how is this movie so fucking popular? Fuck this, I'm done. Oh my god, this is so annoying. I took it way too seriously.
I was going to say, well, what's funny is the fact that it had you feeling like that about them means the movie was doing its job.
It was.
Dude, I remember I think the first time I ever saw this, like I was so in. Like I was
same.
in for the fucking ride, man. Like, dude, like that and you get to so many things, the obsession, and in a book it's crazy because he'll go on an entire chapter. Like that scene about the famous scene, do you like Huey Lewis in the news? Like that's like fucking chapters in the book. Like he'll go on about a Madonna song and like for a whole chapter.
I was gonna say, didn't he have a whole chapter just based on the fucking album itself?
Yes.
He also had a whole chapter on, there's a sequence where you see the morning ritual that the character Patrick Bateman does. Like, and it's totally based in vanity. Like, he puts on all this cream. He does like a mask for his skin. He does himself up, and it's just this ridiculous ritual of every day. But you could picture a yuppie, rich ass little Wall Street boy doing something like that.
Oh yeah,
especially
absolutely.
then. And there's a whole chapter in the book that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
him describing that daily routine.
Dude, one of like the hidden Easter eggs that I fucking love, and even I pointed out to Zach because he was really pissed off the first time. Like it's almost like a catchy pop song. Like you want to fucking hate it, but then you start repeating the lines. Is when he's doing the crunches, Texas Chainsaw Massacre is on in the background.
Oh, nice.
The which I always found fucking hilarious. But yeah, this movie is beyond good. It has a bunch of people that like you didn't even think about, like Reese Witherspoon's in this movie.
His girlfriend.
Yes, his girlfriend, Jared Leto. And still one of the funniest fucking lines of the whole movie, though. You know, Patrick, we have the same friends. And then
Wait, what did she say? Yeah.
But we can't break up. We have the same friends.
Yeah, listen, I've thought about that, and you can have him. That's what he says. You can have him.
Still amazing.
His preceding line to just breaking up with his girlfriend just shows how horrible he is, but it's just so funny. His whole thing, he says, Evelyn, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You're not terribly important to me. How do you face somebody saying that? Oh,
my God.
Again, I just want to point out, it's such an amazing difference. Like, if you watch this movie like I did, super fucking serious, it is terrible. But if you watch it just as a comedy, the movie is fucking golden.
Dude, that's because you don't fucking understand satire. You take life too fucking seriously. It's no different than fucking Scream Queens. Like, they're all awful people, but it's fucking hilarious to watch them do outlandish shit. Dude, I think this movie specifically, I've talked to him about this, as a standalone movie. I've talked about this movie more than any other movie. Like, for sure, like I've talked about Star Wars and all the other things for a very long time. But as a standalone movie, I have talked about the theories and about like was this fake and everything else. I already said spoiler alert, but like at the end it's very ambiguous. You have no idea whether or not this whole thing has been in his mind or if it actually really did happen. And we've talked for lengths until like.
Well, I think that's the thing. It's like I think that it's got so many levels and elements you can analyze in it. You have it. You can look at it as this satire. You can look at what it's commenting on in culture. You can look at it in a unique writing angle. Like it's kind of a mind bender movie rather than just a slasher movie.
Well,
actually,
yeah, dude,
which is so cool. About
absolutely,
it.
man. And also too, like the one thing I love about this movie too, and it's, I think one of the biggest things is talking about like just surface level shit versus depth. And like one of the biggest examples is when he's talking to people and he's like, I'm into murders and executions, and the one goes like, oh, how do you like mergers and acquisitions? and again, like that could also be in his head, but it's also at the same time though, like people just ignoring obvious shit. Like when he's talking about Ed Gein, and he's like,
that's right,
and he's like, and he's like, they're all talking about like women, like like chicks and shit, and he's like, I always remember, what Ed Gein said. The guy's like, stockbroker? Nope. A serial killer, Wisconsin. And then that guy's also been in a bunch of movies too. The one he's his buddy.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that.
I always forget
his guy.
I always forget his name, but yeah, he's like, oftentimes when I see a woman walking in the street, I think to myself, I'd like to take her out on the date, but other times I wonder what her head would look like on a stick. And then he starts laughing, and then everyone else fucking ignores him. I'm like, I don't know how much more of a red flag you can get, bro.
Well, see, that's where you can start getting into the theories of this is a movie that is very, like you said, it's very heavily what's actually happening. You don't know what's actually reality and what might not be. It's kind of like somebody has said this about other movies too. Is the narrator, Patrick Bateman, an unreliable narrator?
Yeah, I can answer that. No, he's not. He's not a reliable narrator whatsoever.
Probably not.
He's he's going to tell a story the way he thinks about it.
Right.
And I think it catches up to him at the end, like when he starts. Goes into that apartment, but also at the same time though, you don't know 100% if like somebody did get murdered there. You have no idea. Like there's never any concrete evidence at the end. It's not like Shutter Island. Or A Beautiful Mind, where they like they tell you like at the end of it, it's like there is a person, his name is Patrick Bateman. You can see him on the street, but I am not there. It's very, very, very meta in that way. I was going to ask you though, what were your thoughts on that? Now that you've kind of discovered the satire of it and everything else, do you think he's crazy, or do you think it's it's all bullshit?
He's fucking insane. Whether or not it actually happened though, that's. I don't think so. I think it is all in his head.
Okay.
I think there's more evidence pointing to the fact that it leads to because nobody's reacting to the shit he says. So it's either one of two things. Either everybody's just as fucked up as he is, which may very well be true knowing these fucking people, or it's all in his head. I'm gonna go with the it's all in his head theory.
I probably go towards that too.
I'm gonna go to that too because there's what's brilliant also about this movie. Like you said, maybe you mentioned it, but if you watch the movie, look at everything, especially when he's killing somebody or attacking somebody, look at everything around the room. Look at everything when the shot changes, angles. There's a very brilliant clue in the scene. There's the infamous scene where he's dragging the body in a bag out his lobby. Number one, how does nobody see that and notice that? Number two, he's leaving in one shot a massive blood streak along the floor and everything. However, if you watch when it changes angles,
there's no blood stream.
Look at the floor again.
Yeah, there's no blood stream. But the funny thing is, though, and that's another thing. It goes back to talking about like substance versus vanity, and like the one that he runs into some people he kind of knows, and like the only thing they ask is like, not are you leaving, not are you, like where are you going, what a trip. It's where did you get that bag? I love that Dolce & Gabbana bag. Like, it wasn't about, like, I don't give a shit about you. Like, I don't care where you're going. I just give a shit. Where'd you get that very stylish bag?
How much did it cost?
Yeah, exactly. It was all that bullshit.
Will it make me look prettier?
Yeah, exactly.
Hence the scene where they're all comparing their
business
cards. What does he say? I got a new car.
Dude, because I guess it'd be too fucking crass for them all to whip out their dicks and start measuring it.
I guess.
I swear it wouldn't have fucking surprised me at that point. Oh my God, Paul Allen's card. It's the bone white, just Jesus Christ, man, calm down. It's a fucking business card.
Just like how it gets into slow motion when they open up the thing. Oh my God, I fucking love it.
I love it. Yeah,
dude.
I think it's brilliant.
Dude, and still to this day, man. Like the one part that bothered me is Bravo did a top 100 scariest scenes from horror movies. Still to this day, it drives me fucking nuts, and I'm always pissed that last scene isn't in the movie. When it's fucking hilarious, but it's also terrifying if you really think about it. When he kills the one hooker, and then the other hooker runs out of the room, then she's running from room to room and sees a bunch of dead bodies, all the dead hookers, and then he pops out of the fuck.
Mark, I do believe that after Bravo did the 100 Scariest Movie Moments, after a few years after that, they did actually do a follow-up series called 30 Even Scarier Movie Moments.
Did they include it in it?
And I don't remember what scene it was, but they did have, I do believe they had American Psycho somewhere in there.
Thank God.
Because, I mean, that sequence.
It's hilarious, but it's terrifying.
Yeah, it is. Because you have him running naked in nothing but gym shoes.
Nikes and a chainsaw.
And a chainsaw covering.
Wait, was he naked or was he wearing just plain white underwear?
Oh, no. He was naked.
Okay.
He was naked.
There was nothing.
The slick back hair, naked, and Nikes with a fucking chainsaw.
So he can at least run down the hallway efficiently.
Dude, I've never been disturbed, scared, and laughing hysterically all at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a weird combination of emotions.
I know, it's super weird, but
totally
it's because it's so fucking absurd.
It is, yeah.
And they go ahead.
I don't know. I guess I'm fucking desensitized.
Oh yeah,
to
you're
like
always
that. So to me, that's just right over my fucking head.
Yeah. I think the actress who played the one hooker though did a really good job. So
oh yeah,
she sold
the
it.
terror in that is just great.
Sold it.
You really need. I think that's something too. Like some of the actresses and just people who show terror in some of these movies. Sometimes they don't get enough. If it's good, if they did a good job, they don't always get that credit. That it's like, it's always the scary person that gets the acting credit, but it takes a lot to actually show terror like that.
110%.
And get yourself in that mode and really depict that nicely.
And I asked my parents a lot, my dad, my nana, and everybody else, but like, was the '80s that decadent? And they're like, yeah, it kind of was. Like,
wow.
like all the
Jesus
ridiculous.
Christ.
My dad worked for Merrill Lynch.
Also, I just checked it. It was on the on the sequel series.
Oh, it was awesome.
Well, at least they.
I don't know what, like I said, I don't know which scene, but the movie was on there.
Awesome. Like, you know, dude, like, I mean, my dad worked for Merrill Lynch. Like, he's like, yeah, it was fucking insane. Like, I don't know if he never watched a chick walk into a bar with a teacup pig once before. But, you know, because she had a fucking pet pig that she was walking around with a restaurant, you know, and the restaurant.
Wait, what is Merrill Lynch?
Merrill Lynch is a stockbroker.
Okay. So like, kind of like what Patrick Bateman might have been working
he's like, he's 100%. Like, he's like, people did coke a lot.
Sure.
Like, you know, very openly. Like,
and you see them do that in the movie.
Yeah.
You see them in the club.
In the club, in the
and
bathroom.
I think they're in the bathroom and they're ducking behind stuff, bumping, and then they go back out.
110%. The old joke is, did you drink to do coke, or did you do coke to drink? You know what?
That's a fucking mouthful.
The never-ending cycle.
But either way, you're getting fucked up.
But yeah, no, I think it's a really good snapshot of like, it's very much making fun of the '80s. You know, and you know, the funny thing is like it's so funny because that movie like invites you into this world, and you're horrified and disgusted. But it's really fucking interesting, and you kind of want to be like, maybe not next to that table. Like Christian Bale said it the best when he's talking about this movie. He's like, you don't want to be at the table with Patrick Bateman, but you'd like to be in earshot, like a couple tables over,
and catch what he's talking
just to
about
listen. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, you know, you would love to be you're basically a fly on the wall in this crazy fucking world, and you're entertained. It's kind of like, you know, it's like Wolf of Wall Street. It's like, you know, there's people who are horrible people, but like you kind of want to fucking hang out with them for a little bit.
I don't know if I want to hang out. It's just like, I just want to see where the fuck this shit goes. Let me get my popcorn and just go.
Dude,
I mean, just to see this fucking strange world that you got.
It's definitely interesting. I don't know if I'd say scary or anything, but it's interesting. It's funny, and most importantly, fucking aggravating as shit.
Zach, you have very mixed emotions about this movie.
I just wanted to punch them all in the face.
Yeah, I mean, well, we all did, but at the end of the day, though, it ended up being fucking.
You're not
insane.
a bad person, at least, for feeling that. It proves you're normal.
I'm apparently the morally just one here. What the fuck happened here?
Yeah, it's weird. It's like that time that you picked the most wholesome episode to do Screaming Room when we were over Halloween.
I did.
You picked literally the most wholesome vanilla fucking episode of Home Improvements. Which I found very odd. But anyway,
because you took the good one.
I did. But this movie's fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
And we have a lot of stuff. We've had a lot of jokes and things about this forever.
Dude,
everything from memes to memorabilia to me dressing up as Patrick Bateman for an '80s themed New Year's party.
Oh, you did absolutely.
So I mean,
I always joked. I said if Vinny ever won an acting award and I was the presenter and he won, when he came up to take it, I would literally grab him and be like, I have to return some videotapes. Watch him just laugh his ass off all the way up to the podium.
Oh God! What a hilarious reoccurring line in that movie.
Oh,
it is brilliant,
dude. Like, you know, dude. This fucking breaks my heart, man. There's so many kids now we're not gonna know what fucking videotapes are.
Dude, I want to use that one day. I just want to be in the middle of a bad date, and it's just like, where are you going? I have to return some videotapes and just fucking leave.
Or better yet, just go straight for it and be like, you're not terribly important.
Yeah, this is. Try that out and let us know how that works in reality.
Ladies, I need you to. I just need to go on a date just for one night. This doesn't have to be a long-term commitment. We just got to let this play out and just let me know how you feel by the end of it. Just send us an email, a vlog. I don't fucking care.
You hear that? Zach is looking for somebody. Ladies, he's dark hair. Scraggly beard, about
fuck you. My beard is gracious.
About 4'9".
Brandon gonna get stabbed tonight.
Dude, I would not recommend taking him to a theme park. You cannot get on any of the rides.
You guys are vicious.
I know.
Here.
Pieces of shit.
Sarah, I would like you to know that your man is about to be castrated. So.
Dude, there's so many fucking lines. Although I will say this though, if she does return and say American Psycho, you gotta date her. You got it.
I found the one. All right.
Anyways, wrapping it, I'd say if you have not seen this, see it. Kind of get a little, maybe even idea of what you're in for and what the tone is, because you'll get more out of it. And again, look at the whole picture, pay attention to everything that happens in it to get the full experience.
And do not take the movie seriously. Look at it as a comedy, not as a serious movie or a horror movie. It is a fucking comedy.
Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. It is 100% satire. It is a lot of fun.
Wow.
If you were easily offended, I'm sorry, this isn't the movie for you. It's just not. But it's a fantastic movie. Highly, highly recommended. Christian Bale is fucking great, and the rest of the cast
is at the top of his game.
It was good.
110%. So, thank you so much for checking out the Nightmares podcast, this little mini cast. If you are watching this on YouTube, if you could stab that like button, smash that subscribe, and click that little ding bell to be notified every time we drop amazing content right here on MHN. And if you've already smashed the subscribe button, if you could go ahead and smash the share button, that'd be awesome too. So Zach, where can they find us on social media?
You can find us on all our social media platforms at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Slasher.
Nice.
On that note, guys, I would like to bid you adieu because I have to return some videotapes.
Me too. I got to return some videotapes.
Remember, kids, always be hip to be square.